Hello and welcome to today's vlog. I'm coming to you from Italy. So I have taken a 5-day trip with my friend Jodie to Italy, and our first stop, so we're currently in Naples. We landed this morning. I look like a beetroot because Italy have currently got a massive heat wave, so it's absolutely boiling here. So I think it's about 34 degrees up to like 37, even into 40 like next weekend, but luckily we're home by then, so it's okay. So we're spending a couple of days in Naples. Actually, that's a lie, we're not in Naples. Technically, we're in Pompeii. So we're going to explore Pompeii and Naples, and then we're going to go down to Sorrento and do some of the Amalfi Coast for a couple of days. But I thought I'd bring you along, show you the holiday. We have just checked in, and we had a very early morning flight this morning. We flew at 6:15 this morning, but we've got a nice little patio, which is luckily in the shade, which is really nice. So we're just relaxing out here. We've got the aircon on full blast in the room to try and cool us down because it's a little bit of a walk from the train station. But I'll show you the room and where we're staying for the next couple of days. So we are staying at the Familia Inn. So we come in from the main road, which is just down here, and our apartment's on the back. So just where I was sat, so we've got a little patio, our shoes outside because they are sweaty from earlier, and then our little room, 102. It's really nice actually, really modern. It's a nice bed, plenty of space, aircon on. Really nice bathroom. I'm literally obsessed with that sink. Shower, and then just your usual tea, coffee facility. So that is the room. We are going to relax for a little bit and then head to the supermarket to get some supplies. And we're going to Pompeii this afternoon in the heat, which might not be the best idea because it's a sun trap, but we'll see. So we've left the hotel and we're doing the long walk to Pompeii ruins. We feel a bit cheated.
Not 10 minutes.
Yes, booking.com said it was a 10-minute walk away. So we were like, yeah, perfect location for hotel. We've just looked on Google Maps, 35-minute walk in this heat. No one is around as well because it's clearly too hot for everyone, so everyone's gone back.
No shops are open either.
Yeah, all the shops, like even that ice cream place that we could have stopped off at, shut. So we're now doing the 35-minute walk because there's no Uber around. So we're probably going to be really hot and sweaty by the time we get there, and then stand in the sun for a couple of hours looking at the ruins. We have made it into Pompeii and we've got maps. We were going to get an audio guide, but it's too short on time to get an audio guide, so we've got a book. So we're going to have to learn from the book as we walk around, but I'm sure it'll be fine. It's quite big, so I'm not sure how much we're going to get covered today, but we're going to try and follow the map best we can and find our way around and show some of the ruins. We are starting off in the large gymnasium that was built by Augustus, and is one of the largest remaining buildings in Pompeii, and it was an athletics track for boys, and it also has a swimming pool in the middle, which is pretty cool, but it survived relatively well. It's probably the biggest building here that survived, and it's amazing just to think what is still here. So there's loads of paintings that I've showed you already on the wall. You can see the remains of the swimming pool right in the middle there as well. These are the remains of someone's bedroom walls. Not quite sure it's the decor we would go for now, but amazing that it has been preserved this long. I've learnt an interesting fact while listening in to someone else's talk. So a lot of the statues in here, I can't actually show you, or maybe I could show you, but I don't actually know if it will get through YouTube. So a lot of them are very graphic, and that was because of the use of prostitution during these times, that actually it was almost encouraged for all the statues to be very revealing. So we've seen quite a lot of things here that you wouldn't see typically. So all of this is here because Mount Vesuvius erupted in 79 AD and covered the whole village of Pompeii. So the village was preserved by all the volcano, and it's amazing to see and incredible. It's also terribly sad to see it, but it's incredible to see how well everything is preserved, and actually people have been preserved in what they were doing when it happened, and I think it gives you a real insight into the life of the people that were here. And it's really just interesting to see and look around and see in people's, what would have been their houses, and kind of the different buildings they have scattered around. Don't get me wrong though, it is really, really hot today, and it was probably not the best day to decide to do this because I'm sweating, and I found a little bit of shade down the side of a wall at the moment, but there is no shade here. It is a sun trap. Archaeologists estimate that this was home to 11 to 12,000 people, which is pretty incredible, but you can tell that from the size of it. So the whole site is about 5 acres, and we've been walking now for about 40 minutes and I'm already done. It is so hot and so much walking. All the floor is like uneven original floor, which is fine, but you have to watch your foot, so you're concentrating the whole time. Like walking along vlogging is probably not the best thing. But we're going to go see, we've seen lots of like the houses and the buildings. We're going to see if we can see like more of the artefacts that they've collected from doing the digs here. So I think this shows a bit more of someone's house and all the bits they have. So all the old pots that would have been used to store all the food and things, and the big, not sure what these are. That looks like a, I'm not sure, kind of like a sink. They've also then got all the way down the back here. I would actually assume this is the sink. I think I stand corrected. But they've got what would have been the oven pits and everything for cooking, which is preserved so well and so easy to see. And you can actually see all the different individual rooms. Yes, they're not labelled what they are because we might not necessarily know, but all the little storage rooms and all the walls are still here, which is just so impressive to look at. So these are some casts of some of the bodies that were left behind. So to get these casts of all the bodies, they poured plaster into the volcanic rock, and all the gaps that were left by the decomposing bodies is where the plaster went, so you get a really good picture of what actually the people were doing at the time the volcano erupted and covered them. Archaeologists before the Second World War had managed to save quite a lot of Pompeii and to be what it is today, so you can see it. Are actually casts of a family, but the little girl of the family, there's only minor fragments of her left because unfortunately she was in one of the areas that were bombed during the war. This is the main area that the casts were found and the remaining bodies. So this is 13 bodies. It's a mixture of women, children and men that are believed to be their slaves. And you can see from the positions they're led in, these are the positions they would have been in when they were covered. We finished at Pompeii, and I'm kind of glad about that because I'm so hot. As you can probably tell from the video, I'm full of cold as well, which I think is just making things 10 times worse. But we have stopped off to get some ice cream. Our second one of the day. We actually already had one on the way to our hotel earlier because it was a long walk in the sun, so we decided to get one then. I have got Fragola, strawberry sorbet, I assume from trying it. But it's actually got loads of pieces of strawberry in, or raspberry, whichever fruit it is. So it's really yummy, so we're going to sit and enjoy this. A little bit later, we've had some time relaxing in the room, and we've come to Vincenzo's, which is the best rated pizza place in Pompeii. So I'm really excited to get the pizza. I have got a slightly different pizza. It has got baked potatoes and the sausage on it, so they'll be completely different, but literally just waiting for it to come out now. Pizza has arrived, and I have got mozzarella, sausage and baked potato, which I'm assuming is just fried potato, but it looks really good. Jodie's already tucked in. Is yours good? Really good. So I cannot wait to try it, so I'm gonna tuck in. Good. So nice, so yummy. I was gonna say, that is the biggest thing I think. You can tell they are fresh out of the oven, which is so good. And the way they've obviously been stone baked, but they're so...
Have you what flavour you got yet?
Yeah. I think they're so like soft as well as... How's your ricotta? Trying ricotta for the first time? different. We've just finished our pizzas. Sorry, that's me wobbling the table, which doesn't help. What did you think?
I thought it was really good.
Me too.
Did
you get yours again though?
I feel like I prefer a photo menu, so I know exactly what's coming out.
So I was a bit disappointed when mine turned up because there was no tomato base. I don't think that's a thing here. And I think
there were some options, but ours was just the listing was like cheese on cheese on cheese.
Yeah,
but we
mine
just
was-
assumed that was our problem. We just assumed there
and
was
I
going to
assumed
be.
my mozzarella was going to be melted
Yeah.
into the pizza. It was just cold balls of mozzarella.
Oh, it was
on top.
cold.
Yeah, they were cold.
Ooh, yeah, not the best.
You had your first taste of ricotta,
Again, yeah, not the best.
but we're trying something new.
Absolutely.
We have thought for next time though. The
But,
best
like,
thing was
the quality, amazing.
Yeah, like the food, the standard of the food was really good.
Yeah,
Next time we just will order one safe option.
yeah, and then one
And then-
experiment.
We'll order one experiment to try between us. But we are going to go and get another ice cream for the third
Third
time.
of the day.
But we're going to try a different place. No.
I think I went to the first one.
You were first one?
First one.
First one. Okay. Oh, because they haven't seen the first one either.
No, exactly.
The first one's great because they put chocolate in the cone beforehand. It's really good.
If
But
she doesn't,
yeah.
might be a different member staff member this time though. I might have got lucky.
Oh no. No, it'll be this.
We'll let you know.
It'll be the same person. You'll see when we get there. So we've got our ice creams. What did you get?
Coconut with chocolate filled.
And then I got cherry one. We had one of these earlier and they are so good.
You get quite a good portion size as well, don't you?
Earlier though, Jodie's melted so quickly. It was literally everywhere, all down her arm, everything. They're definitely soft serve, so they need to be eaten really fast. Day one complete, we're back at the room. 3 ice creams consumed today and full bellies from the pizza. And we are ready for bed. We got up at 1 o'clock in the morning to get here, so we are overdue a nap. So we're gonna have a good night's sleep, ready for day 2 tomorrow, which is a really exciting day of lots and lots of food. Make sure you give this video a like and subscribe if you're new, and give me a comment on where else you'd like to see us go on holiday. But I'll catch you next time. Bye.